I ain't sure that.
Okay.
Might don't look better.
All right, I will call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please call roll.
Cash,
Here.
Jack,
Here.
Caudle, Baldwin, Paisley,
Here.
Littleton.
Here.
Thank you all. The minutes from our previous meeting, we have the regular scheduled meeting on May 11th and the regular scheduled work session on May 27th.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Caudle,
Yes.
Baldwin,
Yes.
Paisley,
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you all. Do we have anyone here for public comment tonight? Okay, keep moving. Under my report, you had updates from all of your department heads. If you have questions for them, you can let them know. It's been busy. It's been very busy. I'm mainly looking at Matt. It's been busy for many reasons, but there's more going on in the park system right now than I feel like ever before. So very, very busy time. And if you drive through the park on any given night, you'll see that.
Sidewalk looks good.
Yes, the sidewalk.
Very good.
The sidewalk, it looks wonderful. I'm really thrilled about it. That's Greg's guys.
Yeah.
Thank you to
Yep. Thanks, Greg.
I'd like to comment on these.
Yeah.
Great job on these, by the way,
That was-
everybody.
That was Jenny.
So, very convenient.
All right, we'll move into our quarterly reports. We have the utility plant board.
Hello, everyone. I feel like I haven't been here in forever. I've got lots of information for you. Our last regularly scheduled meeting was May 26th, and our next one is July 27th. Our water revenues are $111,000 less than budget. Our sewer revenues are $243,000 less than budget. Our water plant expenditures are $102,000 under budget. Our sewer plant expenditures are $83,000 under budget. Our maintenance department is $124,000 under budget. And our stormwater nets out favorably through the last 10 months. Revenue is about $25,000 more than expected, while expenses remain $50,000 under budget. Out of our $1,059,500 in capital projects, $771,000 has been spent. Our water treatment plant, last month we did 167,309,000 gallons of treated water. The peak usage was 7,332, and our daily average was around 6,082,667. We passed our routine inspection with the Division of Water. They come out every year to inspect us. And also, if you remember last time I was here, I told you guys that we were going to start hosting CEU trainings because everybody that has a water or sewer license has to do 24 hours per license for continuing ed. So of course that can get a lot costly. And it's not just for us, it's for surrounding utilities, because everybody that holds these licenses has to use that. So if you had, a class 3 water and a class 3 sewer, you would have to get 48 hours. So that's a lot of training hours to keep up with. So we started doing some in-house, and since I've been here last, we've hosted 3 trainings. We had Mueller and Consolidated Pipe come in and talk about valves and distribution. Bluegrass Engineering came out with hydraulic modeling, motor controls and pump curves for both water and sewer. And Clean Water 1 with Pelton Environmental did training on sodium hypochlorite. At the wastewater plant, we had 217 tons of wet class biosolids applied to our farm. We passed our first quarter biomonitoring. There's lots of pictures of our work detailed in your packet. You have pictures and everything that we did through the month. Our maintenance department works incredibly hard all the time. Numerous water, sewer, gas, stormwater lift stations, pictures in your packet. Maintenance and repairs are listed in there. But specifically here lately, we've had a lot of issues with oil and grease and wipes and rags in the system. So, we say this, just because a baby wipe or a disposable wipe says disposable, it means it's disposable in the trash. It doesn't mean that it's disposable when you flush it down, because it causes all kinds of problems down system. Daryl was there when I showed a beautiful video of one house that had been using wipes, and I think he's actually had some personal experience with wipes and what it does to the sewer system. That and combined with grease, it's not a good combo. It's gonna stop you up every time. And if it gets into our system, it causes potential blockages other places. So we do have some literature about that online, if anybody's interested, in looking into that.
Would ask a quick question. If it says flushable, can you trust that or no?
No.
No, okay. I don't have any babies or
Yeah, no.
anything like that.
It might
but
make
I
it
better ask.
out of your
Yeah.
system, that she's talking about no property of mine, it was flushables that clogged up in the yard.
So
Backed
it's
up.
good to know.
Yeah, it will, and added with grease, don't dump it down the drain, let it cool, wipe it out, put it in your trash can, because that'll harden and congeal on the inside of your pipes, and over time, it builds up and causes blockages. And if it gets into our system, it's gonna do the same, so it might eventually flood out your neighbor. They wouldn't be happy about that, but, it's just good practice. So as far as administration goes, we began our billing software switchover, going from Utility Star to MuniLink. This is a cloud-based, user-friendly option and enables us to generate mobile work orders and securely integrate with our GIS system, which is the mapping that we have throughout our system. It's a more modern interface, and it's gonna give you the option for e-billing. So a lot of people, I can't control the post office, so you'll have it at your fingertips. And once we work out all the growing problems of implementing it, then we're gonna have an app. So you'll be able to download an app and pay it just as easily as you pay Fleming Mason or some of your other utilities that you pay that way. So this month's billing, so the billing that goes out around the 28th of this month is when it's gonna look different. So we've sent out some flyers to let everybody know that it's coming, that it looks different. So that is definitely coming. We sent out the Consumer Confidence Report, which is the CCR, which is federally and state mandated for us to do about our water quality. We sent that out in a direct link in your last bill. And this is the printed version, is what it looks like. It looks something like this. And I provided you all with a copy just to see in hand what it looks like via digital. We're finished with the water treatment plant, phase 1, 2, and 3. So the plant's done, all the infrastructure's in place. We have the new tank in service. So phase 4 is what we're still waiting on. And that was upgrading and extending the water line down 801. We're still waiting and working with EPA and ARC to try to attain that funding. Phase 1 of the stormwater grant. We got a stormwater grant a couple years ago, I think it was, that it was for $93,000. And what that was we've been working on this for 10 years. So we finally got awarded in engineering. We got an engineering study done on some specific stormwater areas that we wanted to review. And with that, we've been awarded phase 2, which is a construction grant for some of those areas that we had identified. The grant is in the amount of $385,034. It's from Kentucky Emergency Management and FEMA. So we as MUPD will be responsible for up to 12% of the total cost of the project. I think of the $93,000, we paid around $4,000, which was actually closer to 5%. So I'm not sure how that happened, actually. I think maybe the state gave more because it's a federally funded and then a state emergency management adds to that. So some of the places that we're gonna focus on that we think are the priority are the city's soccer field. We're gonna install head walls and fencing to reinforce the bank up there, Bridge Street and Sheila Court. And First and Hargis, which is, there's a stormwater line that actually runs from the Citizens Bank parking lot that goes under where groundwater used to be, where those rental properties are. And so that's actually a really big issue. So we're gonna look at replacing that and removing it from going right underneath the property. Our board approved a gas incentive program. That's what your other little paper is for. We're having a gas incentive program because we're gonna incentivize people to hook on to gas. So we're gonna offer half tap and no cost for extra footage. Rebate offers for up to $500 per appliance that meet the efficiency requirements. And I encourage everybody to check into that. A lot of the older homes here probably already have a gas tap, it might not be connected. But it's a good idea, especially as we learn this winter, to have a redundancy in energy source, whether it be heat or whatnot, because it can definitely come in handy. We're also finishing up a Pennington Flats gas project where we added 18 new customers. Back in 2022, the plant board was a part of the National Rural Water Association, and they went after the 18 major corporations that cause PFAS pollution in waterways. So as a municipal entity, we were part of the class action lawsuit. So there's about 18 companies that are being sued for PFAS.
What is PFAS?
PFAS is the polyfluoroalkyl components, and they are substances that are created but don't break down when you do things waterproof. So like your umbrellas, anything that is flame retardant. A lot of these companies, it's petroleum. There's a lot of chemical, and it's in everything. I can guarantee you, your glasses have it, your clothing has it, your shoes, anything waterproof. It's all manufactured. So these PFAS chemicals, they get into your waterways. It's kind of been a buzz. Everybody's been talking about this for quite a while. And they settled the law. The Rural Water Association's attorneys are Napoli and Skunik, and they were representing us. With 18 companies, a lot of the smaller ones band together and settled. Tyco settled for $750 million. So they settled for $750 million. So you think about all of the rural water municipalities that are a part of this that have to take their piece of that. So we actually received a check for around $34,000 based off of that settlement. And the two big ones were 3M and DuPont. 3M settled for $12.5 billion.
Billion?
Billion.
Okay.
And that is they got granted the right to distribute that to everybody over the next 10 years.
Of course they did.
And DuPont, they settled on $1.185 billion. And they are going to do theirs instantaneously. So we get a portion of that goes to what we would say, when they put stuff in the air and they put stuff in the water, our new water treatment plant has the carbon that we put in, which actually filters out PFAS. So that is considered a remedy that we put in so we can actually kind of reimburse ourselves for that, because we already addressed the problem before it became a mandated issue. And this is just with the drinking water side. There'll also be a lawsuit with the wastewater side of things as well. So, but we haven't started that one. The board, this past meeting, authorized an amendment for our Tennessee gas contract. It was very minor. What's changing is the receipt point or the pathways and how Tennessee Gas gets the gas to our city gate. So 30 years ago, when they put all these points in, a lot of things have changed. Some of those points don't have as much gas, you know, or it's just not very efficient anymore. So they wanted to change them. So the operation are a lot more efficient in getting the gas to us. And I think that's all that I have. I know you were gonna have a question, because I know you enjoyed what I talked about in the lawsuits.
Yeah, I need to get into that, I think. No, I was asking about the, like the natural gas service y'all have and the redundancy and all that. Is there a possibility of any outage? I mean, I know it comes from the big pipeline. Is there like local compressors or pumps or anything? Is it all pressured from that one line?
No, natural gas is gonna be pretty consistent all the time, unless there is a mass United States outage or something literally blew up. It's regulated very well.
So a local power outage wouldn't affect the gas at any,
No.
that's what I thought.
Like when you don't have power at your house, you still have gas. You might have to light your pilot light, but you still have gas.
Sure, well, thank you.
Hey Holly, when, before the new plant went online, I remember sometimes you were operating at like 90% capacity, and how is it now?
It's doing really well. I think, did I skip over that?
6 million.
46% daily, 55 is the average, but we're permitted for a 12 million gallon a day plant, but we can actually operate the system, so we can actually have about 15. So it's really based on the operation of it. So yeah, we're doing great.
That makes you very happy, doesn't it?
Very, very much so.
Any other questions for Holly? Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
Support. Thanks, Holly.
Next, we have Tony with Downtown Morehead update.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Tony?
Back to the park stuff, you guys are doing a great job. Robert built there quite a bit, that looks very nice.
Yep.
Best thing ever, bring that place back online, for sure. We've got several things had going on, go back to April, well, both the events we did in April, both went off well. We didn't have rain or anything, so we were able to pull that off. And then, in May, we got our Derby event in, and we got rained out on Memorial Day, you know. But, we've rescheduled those bands, and, we rescheduled Southern Legacy for July 11th, actually. And the Pretty Goods, Eddie Horton's daughter's band, Sarah, they'll be back. We're looking for a date for them. They actually play 3 nights a weekend every week, so we're looking for a Sunday date for them. So they'll be here this summer. We won't lose them completely. And then we had this past weekend, we got all the stuff out and got the cobwebs off of it. It all worked, which is good. Had a successful night Saturday night with the food truck. We're stepping up the food truck business a little bit. And had a great Saturday night there on the 6th. Then coming up, the next thing we got with the event stuff, let me back up a second for the events. We were accredited again by the national and the state as an accredited Main Street program for 2025. Also, we were able to nominate Damon Ballinger for Entrepreneur of the Year for his work on Postal Square and the street, North Wilson, and all the work that he's done for 20 years, really. And he was named that. Congratulations to him. And we did that. And then we're getting ready to do a raffle, another raffle. We're going to do $10 tickets this time. We're going to lower that and try to be able to get the same end result with giving away, we try to give away $2,500 each time, the minimum of that. And then our quarterly report that we do on reinvestment statistics won't be out till July 15th. So I'll share that with you when it comes. So back to the events. This, we did get rained out Memorial Day. That's rescheduled. Coming up, the next music event that we have will be, of course, the run more, it's coming, the race, June the 12th, this Friday night. And we've got, that's June the 12th, right? My head's backwards. July or June, this is next Friday, right?
June, yeah.
Coming from, yeah. We've got Jessie Williams, the Jessie Williams Band. She's a guitar player. She'll be there. She'll be the featured act after the race is over, have everybody away to hang out and, it'll be fun there after the thing's over with. And
Tony?
then, Freedom Fest.
Can I pause you real fast in case anybody doesn't know what he's talking about, the race? There is a cycling, I'm gonna call it a tournament. That's not what it's called,
Criterium.
but criterium, there we go. I think there's around 150 cyclists signed up now, but they are hoping to get to 200. And they will do a loop race downtown Friday night. It's an evening race. It will start at 4 p.m. and run until about 10 p.m. So make travel plans because Main Street and First Street will be shut down starting at 2. Does that sound right? At 2 on Friday. So take a detour. That's this Friday, yes. And the race starts around 4 p.m. But they're expecting a big crowd. It will be really, really cool to watch. And so pop downtown if you can, bring a chair, listen to music. There's lots of stuff around it, but it'll be something to see.
Band is the Run Morehead thing.
Yes.
On July 3rd.
The next weekend, yeah.
Get to that. Yeah, the running thing has got a huge impact, right? I mean, economically, there'll be a lot of people here, so expect that. Then we get into the July stuff. The June 27th is a July thing. Most people, we got a lot of questions about that. The thing is if you didn't have your fireworks in place in 2001 for this year, you didn't get it. So that was the problem. So when they gave us an option of going the week after and the week before, I asked the mayor what she wanted to do. She said, let's go the week before. And we'll kick it off for the region. That's basically what we're doing. We have a whole week long after that of events that will follow Freedom Fest. Ended up with Run Morehead on Friday, July the 3rd with the Jessie Williams Band. And that'll be a week long group of events instead of one day of events. And that's why we started it early. You have to answer someone. It was either do it that way or not have any at all. So that's why we're doing it that way. Then with Freedom Fest, we had a meeting today about that. Things will close pretty early. We're putting out, I did a radio ad spot. The first series of radio spots will discuss logistics, closures, and that kind of thing. We'll close at 1 o'clock or so, I think 12:30. Hard close at 12:30, just to let everybody get their banking and all that sort of thing done in town. We've got activities going at Postal Square. We've got the Cave Run Orchestra's got a brass band, the Bandits, the Cave Run Bandits brass band. They'll be there in front of the old police station. We've got a Doobie Brothers tribute band called Blackwater. They'll be featured at Bats and Oats that night. They'll be the only thing there that night. It'll be 7:30 to 9:30. And then, of course, the Rossi and Rossi fireworks at 9:30. We've got about 40 or so vendors already signed up, working on that, how to put all those. We've got logistics on worked out for the bouncy houses that bounce and slide. Folks from Menifee County will be back again. They've done a great job the last couple of years. They supply us not only with the people that run them and generators, but they manage it the whole time they're here. We'll like that about them. We got the gospel stage coming back again. We've got a pageant on the Moonlight stage. Shelby Bennett, the young lady's going to run that. And is there anything else? It's a whole lot of stuff. And we'll get that out a little later on. We're doing a lot of individual ads with those things because it's hard to put all that on one poster and get the story across, you know. So you'll see a lot of individual things and be doing that. But that's pretty much where we are with July going on into the next fiscal year. We've got stuff booked up in July. We've got the last 2 weekends, first 2 weekends of August on the Fridays with our Friday Night Live series coming back, amongst other things we'll get into a little bit later on as we do that. I know you got other things to talk about right now. Well, we're right up into July right now, and summertime's here. I'm kind of glad to get a little break from bleacher season. I know a lot of you got littles playing too. I think I watched more baseball, soccer, and basketball games this year than I did when I was even playing.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, we'll move on. Rodney will give us future growth, development, and projects for the city updates.
Quite a few permits of every different kind. We're talking about food trucks, keep coming out. We can probably have more food trucks now than we've ever had. I think last year we probably had the fewest, but now we have the most.
Rodney, while you're on food trucks, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Met the young man who does the ice cream truck. And when he learned I was on the city council, he raised his issue, which was that although he does not prepare food on his truck, he only sells ice cream that's been made and packaged. And, remember when, well, I don't know, you guys had an ice cream man, but they showed up on the street, they rang a bell, kids went out and you got ice cream. That's what he does. And he was a bit torqued about having to pay the $250 fee for the food truck. And so I told him I would mention it at council because although right now maybe he's the only one who has that kind of truck, I wouldn't think it would be that unusual for, as these festivals continue and we continue to grow, for other people to come in with a different kind of service from a truck.
So during fairs and festivals, you don't have to have that permit anyway. And I've told him that. You only need the annual food truck permit if you want to operate the rest of the year. But there's also, he had to do the same thing with state. Basically if the state's going to charge you a food truck permit, so are we. We give people an opportunity to do a temporary 30-day trial. I worked that out with when Joyce was here. We figured out a way to be able to do we use the temporary structure kind of portal to get them there, but we do a temporary traveling structure. It gives them 30 days to try it out and see if it's worthwhile before they spend $250 to do it. So, if you don't, we intend for food trucks to be here. That's kind of one of the things that went along with Bat's notes, and we're expanding that. I think we're trying to bring back Food Truck Friday and get that worked out. Otherwise, it's anybody come to town and sell anything anytime. So we have to, that's also our way to make sure that they have that they have insurance, they have an occupational license, city business license, and that they have been through the state inspection program. So it's a way. I realize this is a little bit out of the norm because he doesn't prepare the food, but he doesn't have to collect and charge and return the prepared food restaurant tax because it's not prepared food. So, I think the system works pretty good.
Okay.
One more thing with that too, Rodney, is that a couple of years ago, last year, I think it was the first year, if you have that permit from the city, we don't charge them to set up for events.
That's right.
They don't have to pay that again.
Right. So if he sets up at Freedom Fest, he's going to save
$100.
right. So really, there's $100 straight off the top.
It's really, I think, helped get some of those people too.
I agree.
Okay, well, thanks, because when I was talking, he came by my house and I was out gardening and, I was talking to him as people say, who does all these flowers? And I'm like, this little. But, he
It's
was.
a really nice looking band, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's cool. And it plays music. And,
Loud music.
yeah.
Very loud.
And the little kid was with him. Casey, I think was his name, was with him.
Ice cream man music from
Yeah.
childhood. So that's a little bit about the difference in permits. Like I said, there's a lot of permits this time. Let's see. I've got a few notes on there that the Huck's canopy plans are under review. They've been permitted. Those are, rain permitting. They'll start the canopy footings at Huck's. The canopies are where they pump the gas. That's a separate building permit than the store itself.
So they're going to be pumping gas over here.
At Huck's?
At,
Yeah, it's gas station, yeah.
I remember the original discussion when my question was, what in the hell are we doing with another gas station? It was, this is going to be their food prep area, you know, this kind of stuff. I didn't realize they're going to be pumping gas there, so,
I
okay.
mean, they're.
That'd be interesting.
All the above.
All the above, well,
Was it diesel that they talked about not doing or something at one point?
In the very beginning, they were intent on making a pretty large diesel canopy. Some things happened with their access to the, to the connector. And, I think they realized that I can't speak to why they kind of backed off, but it seems like they realized the feasibility of getting big trucks in there might not have been as easy as they thought.
Yeah.
We'll have a diesel canopy, but it's only like, I think it's 2 or 3 pumps, not 10. That kind of stuff.
Will they have an EV?
I'm sorry?
Will they have EV charging?
No, but I'm not sure one downtown is the smartest place for one anyway.
Why not?
Well,
Plug your car in and go downtown and,
having traveled in an electric car and looking for charging stations, you look for places around your interstate exits to get off close. The people that live in town charge at home.
yeah, I'd say the same thing about Hucks. Most of the people that are looking for Hucks are looking for them to be by the interstate, which I think is a good place for Hucks.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see how busy they are.
yeah.
First Street Dental Clinic, or as I spelled it, Clancy. Proofread that stuff. First Street Dental Clinic, they're starting to hang insulation today, so they're on the, I don't want to say the downhill side, but they've reached the top of the hill for as far as construction goes. You've probably seen all the red iron up at the new fire department, so you can see the bones, see what it's gonna look like. And they're starting to put the roof panels on.
Yeah, we've actually got the lower section, the commons area has already got the roof on it.
Yeah. So
So
everybody can
that
stand
will
under the
allow us to
rain.
continue on with CMU walls interior tomorrow. That's the plan. We actually done the concept for the fire, for fire suppression system, done that and got that poured back, and I guess everyone's seen how it was shut down there and
Yeah.
done it as quickly as possible. Got it back in. They wanted concrete poured back so it would so it wouldn't settle, which I agree with 100%.
Yeah.
And it looks good. They done a good job. Checked out the finish on the sidewalk. It looks good. So they did that. We also have exterior stud walls going up, metal studs, the framing. We've already laid out for the interior stuff. Things are moving.
Yeah.
We got some weather and things are definitely moving.
Yeah, the new ones we got up out of the ground.
Yeah, that was the big thing. We got up out of the ground, got the slabs down, then everything starts to open up. So get some more weather. Hopefully we can still continue getting some progress, even if we get a little shower here or there, at least with the masonry side. I think it's going very well. I'm pleased at this point.
We've got the new fiveplex on North Blair passed his final inspection, so he's almost done. The 2 6-plex units on East Main Street, they're framing those, so pretty soon that's 17 new dwellings, and they're all either 2 or 3 bedroom units, so more beds. You already saw the sidewalks are done or are almost done at the city park. If you haven't seen them, come by and look. It's a
Good.
big deal. I mean,
They do look
Very
good.
nice,
so.
yeah.
It's a big deal. It's been years coming.
mm-hmm.
And then we have another kids dentistry office. It's going to be called Kids Star Dentistry that I just permitted on Viking Drive. So they'll be starting ASAP. A lot of stuff happening.
Where on Viking Drive is it going?
Beside where the new Japanese Koi Steakhouse will be.
Oh,
beside
okay.
Brown Diesel there, beside Dollar Tree, that building.
Gotcha.
So now that building is full.
Okay.
Good.
Good deal.
And that's it, unless anybody has any questions.
Did you have anything else?
It's the one out there beside the Dollar Tree.
Do they have a date yet? No.
I'm not doing that
Oh, okay.
job, I just saw it going out there.
Okay.
Actually, state just turned that building over to me
Okay.
for whatever reason. They
Deal.
did it from the ground up.
I forgot to mention, we've started the CMU wall on the exterior side of the apparatus bay. So if you're looking from the
Okay.
street, the right-hand side,
Okay, great.
it's ready for the first bit of out there. That's a good thing too.
Yeah,
good.
exciting. And so with that, we have the approval of payment number 8 for the fire station.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Okay, please call roll.
Cash,
Yes.
Shack,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Baldwin,
Yes,
Beasley,
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you, appreciate it. Under the general business agenda, unfinished business, the first item is the first reading of the Morehead Round County Tourism Commission annual budget for fiscal year 7/1/26 through 6/30/27 by estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of tourism and convention services budget fiscal year 26/27.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or discussions?
First reading.
Did we have?
We did
No,
not
we
vote on it.
postponed it.
We postponed it last month.
I raised an issue last time, and I will again say why I raised the issue. We don't set the budget, we don't determine the budget for tourism at all. But as part of the report, I became concerned about a way a salary matter had been handled. And because it's always easy for organizations like us to make a mistake and allow either a form of discrimination or a serious error to occur, I said my conscience would not allow us to move on that. So I was the obstructionist there, but I don't regret it. I'm part of the generation that had to say equal pay for equal work, gentlemen, which obviously went over like a lead balloon in that day and is still going over like a lead balloon in some societies, in some offices, in some places right here in town. So that having said, I delayed it. Thank you.
And on that note, I did a deeper dive back into it, and I still have some concerns. And my concerns are not who sets the budget, how much people get paid, not saying people aren't worthy or anything. However, folks in town, folks in the county, they do contribute. They do pay for it by eating lunch and for the restaurant tax. So there is skin in the game for the citizens of Morehead and Round County. So in that sense, you know, the cost of living is up 3%. Hospital, I think they just gave 1%. I'm proud of the fact that we did 4% with the plant board. We did 4% with the city, over and above the cost of living. And I don't know that I can justify voting for the percentage of increases. Now, I'm not on the tourism board, don't set it, but I would like to have more conversation on that because I'm not prepared to go. I'm looking at some of them still 13%, some of them 6.5%, some of them are 3%. But I can't justify going to constituents and saying, yeah, but they got passed over. I think they said the last administration or someone passed it over. I just can't go to people and say, well, I know you probably got passed over too, but we're going to make this correction. And I just don't feel in good conscience about that. It has nothing to do. I don't even know the people who are getting this or what they do. But I do have a difficulty with the percentage of the increase.
And I understand that too. And having been in a situation at the university with another female employee, if you start low and suddenly somebody tries to catch you up, that question comes up. Why is the percentage higher? But I believe that we have to be forthcoming with information. People are not always going to love our decisions.
Of course not.
We need to be prepared to defend them. if they're being made properly, and particularly if we are correcting a past error.
I'll chime in. Because I promised again that I wouldn't today. All these guys heard me say earlier, I'm good for tonight. So last month, you know, when the first reading of the tourism budget came before us, there was a raise for the director put in there. You could say a significant raise. I won't say that because even with the raise, it's less than you're worth. Okay, and you talk to any other tourism commission and they're gonna say that Joy Brown is the best director in the state. And I am a firm believer that if you don't pay people what they're worth, you lose them. It's a miracle we haven't lost you yet, and I will always say that. Unfortunately, Jim Tom Trent did not value that and said that you couldn't make more money than him, even though you had worked umpteen years before he was ever elected. That's unfortunate. We saw a very similar situation that I just want everyone to keep in mind. When Holly was hired at the plant board, the previous director made significantly less money than her, but the board and the city council at the time recognized that if they wanted someone who was going to come in, knew what they were doing, and stay here, you had to pay them for that. So they came up with a significant amount of money to pay her as the director. This should be no different as far as I'm concerned. And
We've done it before. You know, this council has.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's not a question of fairness, but it becomes a question of unfairness, as the mayor points out, and you lose good people when you don't pay attention to them.
And I'll regret this tomorrow. David Perkins said to me, and I love David, he came up to me a few weeks ago and he said, "Did you know you're the most dangerous person in Morehead right now?" I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because you're not running for office again. So you can say whatever you think and not worry about it." And I probably took that a little too serious. But, you know, it's you do actually set tourism's budget. They put a proposal in front of you all, and so you do set it. I mean, you all could change anything in there if you wanted to. But I do want to point out that we question some things and not others, and that's hard for me. That's been hard for me for the last 8 years. But what I will say is you're approving this budget as a whole, the same as you do the plant board's budget as a whole. Plant board does not identify who makes what in that budget. There's a line item that says salaries. They itemize it out for us. So I do not find it fair or right to question one person's raise when we have no idea what the other group's getting at all. And they may, you know, I think they're getting 4% maybe. If you divide it up and look at it, I don't know. And that's nothing against the plant board. That's how they can post that and do it. But you all chose to show us what was being done, and that's worth noting too.
And oversight's not a bad thing, and as council grows and as the city grows, city council needs to think about those kind of things. Ordinance needs to be changed. We need to have a way of looking at things like that.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I'm not standing for reelection because I'm getting old and senile. But even if I'm not, I carried on like this way before I was old and senile.
So maybe the two of you are the most dangerous.
That's right. There we go. We'll be the dynamic duo over here.
Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong, and don't apologize for speaking your mind. You either, Your Honor.
I'm not apologizing for it. Don't worry.
Even if you were running, I would encourage you to still do the same thing.
Okay, are there other questions for Joy on the tourism?
There is.
Okay.
And this is nothing to do with salaries. I was also looking into the arts and cultural. Is there any thoughts of the process that we hit a little bit on it about adding our humanities and museums and supporting those more in the budget in your board or anything? Been any discussions on that?
commission has talked about it, and, the humanities, the side of the history and everything, we support those attractions as attractions, and if we get into doing every attraction, then you see what that's gonna get into, we're gonna have to do everything. But we can support them through grant funding if they have an event, or, something along those lines, so. And we help them with the printing and everything they do, so.
Okay, so
Those
there-
kind of things we can help.
So
with.
there is something there,
Oh,
that
yeah,
tourism's
absolutely.
connected, because I think we'd had a brief discussion about it, of developing either a commission within the city or within plants and, or parks and rec, or with tourism, to support all of our community museums.
Right.
And I
we
was
can help
wondering if
all
you
of
had
those.
any discussion on that, or if anyone's been able to
Yeah,
come
we
up
can
with a
help
good
with
plan.
any printing or advertising, marketing pieces, all that. We even design those in-house if someone needs it, and we pay for those.
Okay.
And that helps them get the word out and get more visitation to their locations.
Okay.
The reason why we have an arts and cultural director is if you, for those of you that remember back in the time that the art center was gonna not be open. And, the city approached us, the county approached us and said, that's an asset to this community.
Sure.
And that's why we stepped in. And I think that's been very well paid off by doing so. So that's why we stepped into that situation.
That was a rescue mission, and
Exactly.
it has done beautifully, I think.
And we have a Rowan County Arts Promotion Foundation that was formed to start the Arts Center.
All right.
And there's only 3 members because we have, money at the Bluegrass Community Foundation.
Okay. So in essence, that is supporting that particular museum.
And supporting the programming for it.
Right. Okay. That's all, like, Queen, I was curious about.
No problem.
Thank you.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Other questions?
No, I just want to comment that I love the detail you give us on the whereas statements. That helps me know it.
Oh, yeah. That's-
I like that word.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Shack.
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Littleton.
And I am still going to vote no, based on the previous question.
Okay, item 2 is the second reading of an ordinance adopting the City of Morehead, Kentucky annual budget for fiscal year 7/1/2025 through 6/30/2026, estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of city government amendment number 3.
So moved.
Second.
This was that amendment from last year's budget.
Yes.
From
This
last
is
month.
second reading.
Yeah, the current budget, yes.
Yeah, current budget, that's what I meant to say.
Questions or discussion?
Yes, I was curious, do we need to add that, the carryover? Do we need to make that a change, or is that something you'll do for the art, or for the Veterans Museum?
No, because that's coming out of the entertainment district money.
Yeah, so we don't
Right.
have to do it.
On the administration.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Shack.
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Item 3, the second reading of an ordinance adopting the City of Morehead, Kentucky annual budget for fiscal year 7/1/2026 through 6/30/2027 by estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of city government.
Motion.
Second.
All right, I don't think I changed anything, did I, from last month? So just the second reading of the budget.
So I have, again, the same question. Do we need to add that in for the veterans?
No, because
Half.
it's already in there. Yeah, so 20,000 out of this year, 20,000 after July 1.
Okay.
And they submitted their letter today for that funding.
And the credentials that they'll need?
I sent them the information that they could become an SPGE. They need to talk to their treasurer and financial guidance for that on their own. They did give us a copy of their budget, mission, and vision statement that we have for you all.
Thank you very much for that, Your Honor.
Welcome.
And I want to thank the group from the veteran for coming asking for that.
Yes.
Yes.
It's important for us to know what the needs are, you know, especially obviously during budget time. And the mayor came up with a really good plan for us. We met in a special called meeting, like a work session, and discussed this at length. And I know some of y'all might not have been here, but we gave it a lot of thought and discussion and argument and deliberation. But the mayor came up with a really good plan to help the group, so I want to thank the mayor for that and the council for.
Yes, it was. That was,
Yeah.
good.
And thank the community. I mean, it was good to have people, us, talking to council members, coming here and speaking out in favor of a treasure. I mean, the museum is a local treasure, and we needed, and it always helps when community members come in and advocate, because hopefully people watch and pay attention, and others will get on board with that too.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash. Shack.
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Easley. Yes. Littleton.
Yes.
Okay. Under new business, the first item is a resolution of the City of Morehead approving and authorizing the mayor to execute the memorandum of agreement with the Commonwealth of Kentucky Department of Local Government for the Triplet Valley Trail Project.
Motion.
Second.
Again, I feel like I should have typed again on here with this.
Boomerang Trail.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
So this is the trail that goes from, basically from City Park, Tree Walk to behind the oil change, express oil change. And it's gonna go to the creek. And we hope to be able to get future grants to either be able to do a bridge or get across the creek in some manner that may present itself. But, so the grant that we had before expired because we couldn't come up with the money to do the bridge, but it was re-awarded us minus the amount that we had already spent on the engineering. So if we pass this and get this done, we can hopefully put it out to bid pretty soon and get part of a trail built. This will be phase one.
Are there, so you're gonna put it out for bid to design it?
No, it's
It's already
done
designed.
the design work. Right. This will be for construction.
Love to see the design.
So I can get it for you.
Sure, yep.
And these funds have to be expended by June 30th of 2027. That's right.
Okay.
We gotta work fast.
Yes.
Well, the part that took the longest was the engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's done now, so.
Yeah, right, well, cool.
What's the estimated time of construction?
I mean, a couple.
Depends on the rain, I
Couple
know.
months would be a bit, it's not that far. We're not going that far.
Well, something we
Got the
could
bridge
feasibly
out of it,
have done
it's a
this.
whole lot
Yeah.
less complicated.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Shack.
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Easley. Yes. Littleton.
Yes.
Okay, we have a special meeting coming up where we'll do the second reading of the tourism budget, and then we'll have some annual contracts listed on there. Helen emailed that date out. Do you know it off the top of your head?
15.
It's next Monday.
Week from today.
4:30.
Yes, a week.
Today.
So
4:30, I
4:30 is what I've got.
we will
Said 4:30?
think so. Yeah, it's in your email.
Okay.
be meeting again. Other than that, does anyone else have any announcements?
I'd like to thank Matt and Parks and Rec for the croquet tournament they put on, and
Oh, yeah.
all the people that was over there. I went through, and there was a lot of people. And I know it took a lot of work, and I appreciate the dedication.
Several of them told me it was the best croquet court they've played on.
Nice. World renowned.
I'm looking forward to the table tennis one. this
Yeah,
fall. I hope
boy,
that
I've heard
works out.
lots
Yeah.
of people talking about how cool that will be. Want to say anything about that? Do you want to, can you say anything yet on it?
Well, we'll start with the croquet. They're under contract next year to play in Central Park. But they aren't really happy with the facilities in Central Park. I think there's a lot of red tape in Central Park. But they have toured the facility, and I don't understand. But we do have the best facility they said they've ever hosted a US Nationals on.
Wow.
They do want to come back. They're going to try to come back in a couple of years, I think, is what they told us in the trip. They're doing the state games here July 11th, and they're going to put us in for the regional, US regionals this year. So we might be getting all of that this year. We're probably going to host nationals again within a couple of years. And they put a big spotlight on Morehead. I know the New York Times, look out for an article in there. I think they're gonna have a picture of the mayor and an article
Cool.
for that. So it really was a big spotlight on Morehead, and I think that I think the community was really well received. Everyone that was there was well received, so I appreciate everybody, and it was a big event. Now on to some more things like the U.S. Southern Open table tennis. We hope we have the same result, and I think we will. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And any of you are interested in learning croquet, Pam and Dean Rowland is it Rowland?
Roland.
Yeah, are doing lessons every Thursday evening from 5 to 7. You can learn how
It's a
to.
lot of fun.
I think we're going to try to have the second official croquet club in Kentucky soon.
That's nice.
great.
So.
It's very fun. Anything else?
Yeah, one thing, Your Honor, I forgot to ask Rodney, it's still got momentum going with the Green Sinks projects?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
Got, we selected the engineering firm for the 319 grant. I get them mixed up too. And we applied for the grant for actual construction in the hopes that we complete the 319 in just the right amount of time.
Late through.
That we roll it on and we're construction ready. And from what I understand, you know, the more shovel ready you are, the more likely you are to get it. And part of, I was actually working on that today, listing all the houses that could be impacted with the favorable Green Sinks project. And again, the more data we give them, the houses that are covered under the National Flood Insurance Program, if there's a chance that that insurance need could be lessened, we're more likely to get the grant. So, yeah, we're putting the work into it.
Is there any shovel work that we could possibly do with like the trestle or anything like that ahead of time that helps, or with our crew?
Yeah, we could apply for money we could use the grant money to do the trestle, you know. It's construction money, so we can kind of define what that construction money is gonna go for as it closes, as we get it or almost get it. But we could also do the trestle independently.
In-house.
And my engineer tells me that is as big a difference of any of the other things that we could make would be to take that out. And I was able to, when we purchased that land, I was able to, you know, most of the time when you buy a piece of land bordering a creek, you own halfway. So I kind of caught it as it happened and talked to the surveyor, talked to the landowner and said, hey, can we go ahead and make sure that we own all the trestle?
Right.
And all the way to your side of the creek bank? And everybody said, sure. So that is a pretty big deal.
Do you know if Place Initiative will be offering grants for the Green Sinks?
I'm sorry?
Do you know if Place Initiative will be offering grants for the Green Sinks?
Place Initiative.
Place?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
So, I don't know.
they were here like
Year ago.
several months ago. Or a year ago, I'm not sure.
Maybe, I don't know. Most grants like that come from either state or federal
I think it was
funding.
like Washington DC initially.
Okay. Hopefully, I'll check into it.
Anything else? Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to give you an update. First of all, I want to thank you, the council and mayor, for everything you've done for the Veterans Foundation, for veterans of our area. Want to let you know that our 250 exhibit is now available. And of course, you know, we're open from noon to 6, Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the weekend. So come by, see our new 250 exhibit. I think you'll like it. We hope it'll be one of our centerpieces here in the community. I wanted to give you a report. We've had several out-of-state visitors this last week or so. And we, of course, we have a Facebook, our things on Facebook and things of that nature that attract these people. We recently had some people that were actually made us in Morehead stop because of our museum on their way to Jamestown. Then they were out of Kansas. And so they actually saw us and made us a specific stop for them to do. And so they were able to come in town, spend a little money and go on. And but we've got, we had a little meeting today, a little pre-meeting recently here regarding our remodeling project of Freedom Park. And that's just in the infancy at this point. We're trying to work with all of our community partners in that. Because what we do there is reflects on not only the county, but the city. It's technically county property. And so what we're wanting to do there as we move forward in this project is to make everything look like it was intended to be there. We don't want grandma's house that's been added on 13 times, okay? So, and we've got a lot of interest in that. And I think that the architectural designs and things of these nature are really important. And we're very cognizant of that fact. I want to let you know that we've got, I think most of you probably know that this last year, we were able to secure a one-of-a-kind minted in 1754 cannon that was actually used on a British ship against General Washington's troops. We are the only people in America that have this type of artifact. Even the Smithsonian doesn't have that. And so we've got so many good things. Our education program in the schools is really going great. We've had, before school was out, we had a program at Morehead where we addressed primarily the fourth grade class and all of their fourth graders. And where we had our reenactors go out and do a 250 exhibit for them out there and tell them all about the founding of our country. So I think that we've got some new music coming out as far as the 56, which basically talks about the 56 people that signed the Declaration of Independence and how that most of them lost their fortunes and more. And so we also will be continuing this year with our 21 Bells program. Round County was the first county in Kentucky to have a countywide ringing of the bells 2 years ago. And it was really successful again last year. We thank our educational partners in helping us with that. We maintain a very close relationship with the superintendent of schools, Mike Rowe, as well as the other principals and things in the community. And so, you know, we look at ourselves as not just a Veterans Museum, but the foundation in conjunction with the American Legion. Our job is to educate the public and educate the children and to preserve our democracy. And so we thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Thank you.
And Mr. Boland spoke about all the partners working together. We had a meeting last Friday, and probably should have said this when Joy was here, but Joy is going to pay for Banks Engineering to do a comprehensive kind of vision of what we can do in that area to make it all look cohesive and be park-like. So hopefully we can get a vision out there that we can all look at and move towards.
Amen.
Yep.
And to piggyback off what Bill's talking about, speaking of supporting veterans and parks, I've been in contact with David Klinger and some other people at the Veterans Museum. And I think that we're going to try to partner on a project at the Memorial Tree Walk and do something along the lines of Liberty Park and Memorial Tree Walk and kind of try to run this as a revitalization project along with the Triple Valley Trail Project. So once that goes in, that we'll be able to really revitalize that whole park.
Cool.
And make it Liberty Park along with Memorial Tree Walk.
Yay.
Nice.
Good idea. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Good.
Good work.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Just want to know why you looked at Lincoln.
Thank you all.
Said that.
I'll give somebody a chance.